Pan-European Battleship tech line is officially launching in Early Access Episode 1 on Blitz. We kicked things off with the Tagethoff at Tier 5, where we first caught a glimpse of this new tech line's DNA. From there, we moved up to examine the Tier 7 Kios and its distinctive twin-barreled turrets. In our previous look at the Kios, we started seeing more of those physical German brawler characteristics coming to life. And now, we're stepping into the big leagues with the Gustav Denstor. Right out of the gate, though, we run into a bit of a bizarre inconsistency with the elite ship bonus. You're left scratching your head, wondering what the advanced HE shell option, something we're completely used to seeing on Russian destroyers, is even doing here. But hey, we push forward anyway. When it comes to custom looks, you get two distinct camouflage options: the historical camo tailored for a sniper build, and the Mora Stenar for a brawler setup. Since my focus is strictly on maximizing the main guns, I'm rolling with the historical camo. Now let's talk about a highly unique skill available here: the Emergency Maneuver Accelerator. This isn't your standard engine boost. It has the unique ability to crank up both your top speed and your traverse speed simultaneously. On the Gustav Denstor, this is the level 3 version of the skill, essentially your ultimate get-out-of-jail-free card for escaping tight spots and hazardous lava environments. To put things into perspective, I started my comparisons with the Njord, which is honestly a pretty lackluster ship. While their dimensions, speed, and maneuverability look quite similar on paper, the Gustav packs everything the Njord is desperately missing. It truly feels like the Gustav walked away with all the buffs the Njord should have received in the first place. Next up, comparing it to the Karl Johan highlights a stark contrast in armor and mobility. The Gustav is noticeably more agile, and the best part? That agility doesn't cost you a single ounce of firepower. Across the board, its offensive stats heavily outperform the Karl Johan, setting the expectation for a vastly superior ship in almost every department, except of course for raw armor thickness. When you stack it against Germany's Prinz Ruprecht, you'll definitely spot some structural similarities. Granted, the Ruprecht still charts way higher when it comes to pure secondary capability, including its auto-secondaries. However, the sheer utility of the Gustav's standout features quickly closes that gap. Finally, we have the Schwertleiter. To be completely honest, I'm getting a little tired of running numbers, so I'm going to gloss over this one a bit. I'll just leave the stat comparisons right here on the screen for those of you who want to pause and take a closer look. I already deep dived into the new equipment choices in my last two pieces, so until I do a secondary review, what you're seeing on screen right now is my ideal default battleship setup. Just keep in mind, this is not a brawler build. Taking this ship down a full brawler route isn't a bad playstyle by any means. It's just not my personal preference. I simply find it a lot more successful when played this way. Alright, let's get into the action. One area where this ship absolutely shines is its anti-aircraft defense. To put it to the test, I took it up against two Tier 10 aircraft carriers, the second one being the formidable FDR. The AA power here goes way beyond simple fleet support. It completely shreds. I absolutely love this aspect of the ship. Just the sheer reality of finally having a battleship with genuinely reliable AA protection pushes the Gustav into a tier of its own. As for that emergency maneuver accelerator, it really is the star of the show. It boosts your traverse speed so heavily that it feels less like a simple speed button and more like the definitive signature mechanic of the Gustav and the entire tech line. Speaking of gimmicks, let's talk torpedoes. While the rest of the tech line features awkward torpedo angles that wrap all the way around the hull, the Tier 9 Gustav cleans things up into a much more familiar, traditional torpedo cone. The torpedo speed itself almost rivals a destroyer's, carrying a massive flooding chance. Combined with the improved Tier 9 armor scaling, it handles its own tier beautifully. Ultimately, the lingering flaws and anxieties from Tier 5 and Tier 7 completely melt away once you hit the Tier 9 Gustav. The ship is inherently strong and highly capable. In fact, in all the Tier 10 matches I threw it into, it never once felt like a liability or showed any glaring weaknesses. That being said, if you try to play this exclusively in max distance sniper mode, the fun factor drops off a bit. The real magic happens at closer ranges, where the high-risk, high-reward gameplay kicks in. The relatively fast torpedoes and quick reload cycles make for an incredibly entertaining rhythm. The only real letdown? That elite bonus. I see absolutely no competitive reason to run this ship with an HE shell focus. Let's keep things traditional. AP shells for battleships and cruisers, and HE shells for destroyers. You could technically force a full secondary build. The raw damage potential just feels underwhelming compared to rival brawler battleships, especially since you don't get a secondary overload consumable. Calling it a cautious brawler is more accurate description. Oh, and a quick word of warning to any destroyers thinking about rushing you. Don't. The Gustav's ability to lock down and melt destroyers at close to medium range is incredibly potent. And that wraps up part 1 of our Pan-European Battleship Early Access series. I'll be back with fresh content very soon. Since we blasted through this final section a bit quickly, there might be a few niche details we skipped over or misjudged, so let me know your thoughts in the comments. Until next time.
Engine boost activated. Confirm penetration. The hand of the Emperor guides me. Enemy force sighted on the horizon. Anti-aircraft gun crews are on full alert. Engine boost activated. Enemy force sighted on the horizon. Engine boost activated. We're flooding quickly! Enemy force detected. Engine boost activated. Penetration! Praise the Emperor! Engine boost activated. Fire alarm! Unacceptable! Contain it immediately! Target penetrated! I strike with the Empress! Engine boost activated. I have to refuse. Anti-aircraft gun crews are on full alert. Engine boost activated. Target penetrated. I strike with the Emperor's fist. We're flooding quickly. Engine boost activated. Confirm penetration. The hand of the Emperor guides me. Engine boost activated. Penetration! The hand of the Emperor guides me! Penetration! Praise the Emperor! guides me! Freya, may the Emperor smile upon us! I require augury! Enemy force sighted on the horizon. Thank you. Engine boost activated. Confirm penetration. The hand of the Emperor guides me. Engine boost activated. Penetration! Praise the Emperor! Fire alarm! Unacceptable! Contain it immediately! Confirm penetration! The hand of the Emperor guides me! Target penetrated! I strike with the Emperor's fist! Engine boost activated. Confirm penetration! The hand of the Emperor guides me! Target penetrated! I strike with the Emperor's fist! Anti-aircraft gun crews are on full alert! Penetration! Praise the Emperor! Engine boost activated. Confirm penetration! The hand of the Emperor guides me! By the Emperor, it shall be done. Engine boost activated. Engine boost activated. Anti-aircraft gun crews are on full alert. Confirm penetration. The hand of the Emperor guides me. We're flooding quickly. Target penetrated. I strike with the Emperor's fist. Confirm penetration. The hand of the Emperor guides me. Penetration! Praise the Emperor! Target penetrated! I strike with the Emperor's fist! Fire alarm! Unacceptable! Contain it immediately! Engine boost activated. Engine boost activated. Confirm penetration. The hand of the Emperor guides me. Target penetrated. I strike with the Emperor's fist. Anti-aircraft gun crews are on full alert. For the Imperium! Glory to the Imperium! May the Emperor smile upon us! Enemy force detected. Anti-aircraft gun crews are on full alert. Penetration! The hand of the Emperor guides me! We're flooding quickly! Unacceptable! Contain it immediately! Confirm penetration! The hand of the Emperor guides me! Engine boost activated. Anti-aircraft gun crews are on full alert! Engine boost activated. Target penetrated! I strike with the Emperor's fist! Penetration! Praise the Emperor! Enemy is about to win! A true servant never yields to doubt! Penetration! The hand of the Emperor guides me! Confirm penetration! The hand hand of the Emperor guides me.